Hello my paper peeps. Today I will be showing you how to create this elegant envelope for your 4x6 cards, photos, or postcards. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is grab an 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock. Today I'll be using a printable from my paper line, the Blush Collection. Now you might have seen this technique already. Victoria showed me how to do this, but she made a square one. So today I'll share the dimensions I use to create an envelope that will fit your 4x6 cards, or more specifically in this case, the journal cards or postcards from my paper line. If you're part of the Blush Collection community, I won't be cutting off the edges, but you have the option to do so if you don't like them. I thought it added a bit of interest to the envelope, so I kept it. I thought, let's try and see what it looks like, and actually turned out quite nicely. So you don't have to get rid of these edges. Now you can use any paper here, but you'll see that the images on this printable are placed in odd areas of the page. Some are upside down and sideways, and it's all for a reason. It's so when you fold this up, the images are placed in areas I thought would be the most aesthetically pleasing, but that's just me. If you don't like it, you can always cover it up with ephemera or any of the other images in the printable that this came with. So if you're using this printable, take your left hand and place it on the mom and daughter image you see on the bottom left here. Then flip it over like this. That image should be upside down with your hand still on the left-hand side. Then you want to mark the halfway point of the longest side of the paper here. So since it's 8.5 by 11 inches, your halfway mark would be 5.5 inches. But what I'd like you to do now is add another tick mark 1/4 of an inch to the right of center. Now pull the right corner and fold it like this to meet that 1/4 inch mark of center. To make sure the triangle is at right angles, grab a piece of paper. Here I'll use one of the postcards and line it up with the bottom page to ensure I get that right angle triangle. Next, turn the page clockwise and do the same to the other side. Measure out center, which is again 5.5 inches. Then measure 1/4 inch to the right and mark off that measurement. Then fold like you did on the other side. It should look like this now. Do you see how these triangles overlap here? Take the higher triangle, which is the one on the right-hand side, and measure a 1/2 inch up from the corner of the triangle. Then fold at that line. You'll know when it's straight because both sides should line up. Then turn it around and do the same with the other side. This size will comfortably fit your 4x6 photos, journal cards, or postcards. Oh, by the way, I was gifted these beautiful PET tapes from the Washi Tape shop. These have taken my crafting projects to another level. If you like this aesthetic, I'll put a link in the description box below. You'll be amazed at how stunning these washi tapes are in person. If you want to see other projects where I've used the washi tape in, I'll put a link to those videos as well, either here at the top, or I'll place them in the description box below or at the end of this video. So far, if you find this video helpful, could you do me a favor and stamp that like button? And if this type of crafting interests you, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button too, so that you won't miss any of my videos. Now, all you have to do is make the closure. Initially, I was going to use the closure I used with this paper bag clutch, but I think I might want to send these in the mail to some of my friends, so I'll use this string and washer closure instead. If you're interested in how I made this paper bag clutch and closure, again, I'll put a link to that video at the end of this video. And if you like this aesthetic and want to start journaling on recipe cards or postcards like these, I'll put a link to this paper line in the description box below. By the way, if you're new to my channel, my name is Christine, and I love to create DIY journals just like these. The great thing about these journals is that I'm always adding some new addition, whether it's a tab, mini journal pages, mini journals, or envelopes like this. I'm always adding something, which makes it so fun because my crafting community is always looking forward to some new technique or printable I'm going to flood their emails with at the end of the week. The bottom line is that once you purchase the paper line, any addition to that line is given to you for free. So feel free to join us at any time. You will notice that any of the older videos that have free printables or additions have already been added to the existing paper line, so you don't have to worry about trying to get those. Okay, back to finishing this off. Whenever I do the string and washer closure, I like to use this thicker type of paper. This one here is a wallpaper sample. I don't know if wallpaper stores supply free samples anymore, but if you do come across a store that does, go ahead and ask them for some samples. Wallpaper is so sturdy and won't rip, and so they are perfect for using as your washers for this type of closure. And I like to use a 3/4 inch punch here. I'll typically use embroidery floss as the closure string, but you can use pretty much anything. Make sure you tie a knot here so that it doesn't fray while you're unraveling the closure. Then embellish to your heart's content. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in more tips and tutorials on how to jazz up your scrapbook journals, or even how to create DIY journals, then I think you'll love these videos here. Until next week, take care and we'll see you in those videos. Bye!